Hello, this is Anthony. Let's walk and talk. Today we're going to talk about shifting your identity and why it's so important to be able to let go of the old you before you can receive the new you. Bear with me here. It looks like we're going to get a little bit of rain and see if we're going to feel called to do this one. See if we're going to get this in before we get wet. So, one of the things that most people don't understand about shifting your identity is they don't understand that there's a process about it. It's not like you wake up one day and you say, I'm going to be this being, or I'm going to be this person, or I'm going to start acting this way. There are steps that go into it. And there's a lot of steps that most people don't understand. You see, when you want to get to a new level of consciousness, for instance, it's important to become aware of the programming and subconscious patterns that prevent you from connecting with that fullness of who you are. You see, and what most people also don't understand is you can be an ego and shift your identity to another ego. Now, most people might say, well, at least I'm moving or I'm changing into another direction. Yes, but as we've talked about in the past, especially when it comes to ego, the ego is never satisfied. So you may shift your identity in ego, but the problem you're going to understand in that energy shift is that eventually that may not be fulfilling for you either. You see this a lot when you run into people who go through one relationship to the next. They begin. They like that feeling in the beginning. They like that the dopamine hit, the chemical rush that they get. But after about 4 to 6 months, their desire to be in the relationship changes because as you start to make that change and evolve, it requires something of you, meaning the new partner may not be like the old partner. And so they have their preferences and you have to see if they mesh. You may have been single for a long time, and in doing so, you may not understand that, the relationship you versus the single you are two, say hi, two completely different people. And the reason this is important to understand is because when you're shifting into the new you, you have to be able to let go of the old you. I apologize. Got a little something caught in my throat here. So let's use someone who's hoarded their whole life. Let's use someone who has many things that they just don't want to let go of. You see, the reason we're going to talk about this is before I went through my change, I was that being. I had stuff even from my childhood. I had years and years and years of stuff that I had been carrying with me. And when I went through my change, when I became aware of my consciousness, I felt this real draw to let go. I didn't know why. But something inside of me told me to let go. We've talked about this in the past. And so I chose to let go of things. And as I was doing that, again, people around me thought I was crazy. Even the aspect of me that was still an ego thought I was crazy. I was asking a lot of questions as to if I'm making the right choices. Now, many years later, I look back and I realize that that shift from the old me to the new me was paramount in my growth. Now, why so? Because see, what science is showing and we are understanding is that all things in the universe are energy. There's not even any discussion about it. Everything's energy. There's nothing solid. It's just how different those things vibrate. Some vibrate slower, which creates something more dense. Some things vibrate higher, which makes them more fluid. But it is all energy. And when you understand that it's all energy, you understand that shifting to the new you can't happen until you let go of the energy of the old you. Give you a perfect example. Let's say you want to become an athlete, okay? You want to try to become a top-end athlete. Well, when you shift to the new you, you have to let go of all the things that were the old you. Bad eating habits, drinking, staying out late, not getting your rest, in many ways, changing your wardrobe, really just changing all of the things around you to reflect the new being that you are or you want to become. And the reason most people don't want to do this is because the ego is about attachment, right? The ego wants to attach to things because those attachments to things create an identity, and that identity is in and where the ego lives. It is in and where the ego thrives. And until you're ready to let go of that, to bring in the new you, anything that you choose to do is actually going to be much harder. Let's say you've decided that, hey, I got a new place and I'm gonna change the energy in it. Well, the problem that you have is when you have this place and you try to change that energy, unless you are willing to release the energy of the old, you're actually just bringing the old energy into the new place. So you're actually just almost in essence locking yourself in to something that you aren't going to be able to escape. Because remember, again, everything's energy. You, the things that you have, and those energies carry an energetic vibration. And that energetic vibration of the old you isn't going to match the energetic vibration of the new you. And until you get to a point where you understand that and you make the choice to release those things, let go of those things, you're not ever putting yourself in a position to really truly be successful. Why do I say that? Well, I say that because as long as you're going to carry the old energy with you, adding and changing and evolving energy in you and around you isn't possible. Again, let's go back to the analogy in the park here today. See the kids having fun. Again, imagine the example of wanting to become an athlete, but you don't want to let go of your eating habits. Well, guess what? If you don't change your eating habits, going to the gym all day isn't going to change your body. It isn't going to change your ability to adjust and evolve your body in the ways that need to happen in order for you to become that athlete. Running is a great example. It doesn't have to be like a professional. Let's talk about running. Let's just say you want to start running long distance. Hey, beer, pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers. Those things are not conducive to moving your body to a new place where it now is going to be able to take the pounding that the pavement's going to give you, the endurance and all those things. So until you make the choice to say, okay, the new me is more important than holding on to the old energy and the old me, you're never going to find yourself successful. You can go out and run, but the things that you choose, the things that you want from the new you, you're never going to reach those aspects where you gain. You're going to plateau, and when you plateau, you may plateau enough that you decide, the new energy the new person isn't really who I want to be. I'm going to remain in the old. You see, I think it's important to understand this because most people, they want to make changes without making changes. And there's a couple of different sayings. One saying is, don't talk about it, be about it. And I think that's a very important saying here. And the other saying that I had when I grew up was, walk the walk, don't talk the talk. You see, when you get to a point where you understand that these sayings are there for a reason, these sayings have purpose, and they're not meant to separate you. They're meant to help you achieve where you want to, the goals that you want to achieve. They're meant to empower you to truly step out and be the being that you want to be. Until you understand that, until you take yourself out of victim mode into I'm a powerful being mode, not releasing energy is going to continue to be something that's going to hold you back. So what say you? How do you feel about that? Do you think that you can become the new you without releasing the energy and the items of the old you? Do you think making that shift is possible without completely making the shift? Well, you know where I stand on it. As always, if you enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm back, and I am truly grateful. Until I talk to you again, peace, love, light. I hope you have the most amazing day.